All right, well, my name is Andrea Nelson, and I'm in the Doctor of Education program at Western University, and I'm in the community leadership cohort. I've got a background in project management. I've got a master's degree in project management, and my professional background is really in healthcare and quality assurance. So I had been looking for a doctoral program for some time, and I ended up speaking with a relative of mine and doing some research on where I could find a professional doctorate program. I was interested in particular in a professional doctorate program because I wanted that hands-on applied opportunity to learn, and Western offered that. And just, at this time of my life, I needed something where I couldn't just pick up and move to wherever the university was. So I did need something that was offered virtually. And Western was one of the few opportunities that I could find to take this program that I was so interested in and do it entirely at distance learning. So that suited me as well. So how am I balancing work-life balance and the commitments for school? The program is quite demanding. So before I started, I had this conversation with my spouse to make sure that we could balance the family responsibilities as well as school responsibilities. I've also had to really be very selective about what I continue to say yes to because the program is quite demanding. So I think work-life balance is all about, taking a little bit of time for self-care, making sure that you have time for exercise and that you're eating healthy and that you do have a bit of a routine. And school has to be part of that routine. This is not the kind of program that you can do sort of off the side of your desk. It's not the kind of program that you can do without intention. So you really do have to schedule that time and make sure that there's a routine involved. And I think Western has done a good job at structuring the program so that it prepares you for that. And when I say that, I mean that the first courses are really, there's a lot more synchronous learning. The schedules are a little bit more demanding in the best possible way, but they do take opportunities to bring the cohorts together as often as they can. And that happens a little bit less over time as you get closer to writing your OIP. So we were even prepared for that in our first year of the program. So again, I had talked a little bit earlier about making sure that time is there, is set to make sure that there's balance. And so a typical week in my program would be going online and looking at what the demands are for that week, making sure that the readings are downloaded and are recorded, because we do refer to them in our writing and in our forums. And so just getting familiar with the readings. And so I spend an evening doing that, and then another evening doing writing, so that we are encouraged to practice our scholarly writing, and we engage with each other often in our forums. And so we prepare that material one evening, and then the rest of it is spent working on assignments. So another evening or 2 evenings or 3 evenings and a little bit of the weekend would usually be dedicated to doing the assignments. Western asks for us to expect to spend 20 hours a week on this program. And so we do, some people are weekend warriors and do those things on the weekend. I find it easier to do a little bit each day and then do a big chunk on the weekend. And so that's what it looks like in my home. I find the faculty at Western really supportive. They encourage us to approach them for just about anything. And although each member of the faculty may have their own responsibilities, certainly we can ask anyone anything, and they will guide us in the right direction. And so sometimes we do just reach out to the person that we know the best or whose name has come up most often, instead of going directly to the faculty person that we're supposed to. But again, we're always redirected, and we haven't had we haven't had a challenge in this cohort that we haven't been able to solve through discussions with faculty and encouragement from them. I enjoy the online structure just because at this stage of my life, online learning suits me and suits my needs. I can appreciate that is a challenge for some people, and it certainly is a challenge for me. But my cohort has been really great in coming together for peer support, and so we do get to see each other virtually. But the online, having access to all of our learning materials on demand when we need them has been really beneficial for me. In terms of the skills that I have gathered, certainly I've had to be much more structured in my day and much more intentional in my learning. This program is occurring at a stage in my life where, there are other demands. It's not like when I went through my undergraduate and I had, all the time to spend on it. I have to be a lot more intentional about being careful and structuring my day. And so I find that time management and organizational muscle, I'm flexing that a lot more through this program than I have in previous endeavors. Yes, so my cohort is this really fierce and intelligent and supportive cohort. I feel I feel really privileged to be part of this group. It's a really diverse cohort. So we've got social work, we've got military and paramilitary, we've got healthcare, we've got a school board trustee, we've got people from the medical field, nursing. So I really do feel privileged to be a part of this group. And part of what attracted me to this program was this opportunity for, community leadership. That's the name of my cohort. And so I knew that I was going to be walking into a diverse group of leaders. But what I've come to appreciate with this cohort is just how we challenge each other intellectually, but it's also a very empathetic and supportive group. So I do feel quite privileged to be part of this group. So yes, the organizational improvement plan that I am looking at is developing a improvement framework for a health organization. And so it has been a challenge trying to build this organizational improvement plan. What I like about this process is that it's completely iterative. So we come at it from a leadership perspective, and then we come at it from a worldview or political perspective, and then we come at it from a framework perspective. And so I've really enjoyed being able to take this problem that we have been, each of us have been developing, and being able to apply it to this real world experience that I'm having at work, and being able to sort of query it from different perspectives and add value to my organization. So yes, I'm enjoying the program a lot, but it is very challenging, and I appreciate that as well. I mean, we came to this program to be challenged, and so we're certainly getting what we expected there. So I have been in a senior leadership role for the last 15 years or so, and I've been looking for an opportunity to really sort of build a theoretical base to some of the skills that I already have. But I do see this opportunity to be able to apply what I'm learning in my current career as a great opportunity. I also, as I mentioned, we've got this really supportive cohort. And so, I've really enjoyed cultivating my relationships with them. And I feel like they are going to be a great professional network moving forward. So I guess at the end of the day, I do feel really well prepared. Whether I decide to stay in the career that I'm in or I decide to step out into something new, I feel like I've got a great foundation that I can launch from this program.